first, very briefly in Spanish. Quiero darles una bienvenida a todos ustedes, los hispanohablantes del Partido Verde. Les doy saludos desde Colorado y el Partido Verde de Colorado. Se espera que sí, todos estos comentarios se van a traducir para ustedes que más o menos prefieren hablar en español. Pero de todos modos, gracias por juntarse con nosotros. Y ojalá se pueda entender lo que vamos a hablar hoy en esta noche. Muchas gracias. Our platform is clear about what kind of education Americans deserve. The Green Party views learning as a lifelong and life-affirming process to which all people should have access. With that core value in mind, we welcome the attempt to make community college affordable. But we are wary, given the President's track record of tying student achievement to the worst of the corporate agenda, including merit pay for teachers, the use of high-stakes standardized testing to close and privatize the public schools of the poorest and the least protected by privilege. These reforms have strengthened the school-to-jailhouse track, entrenched segregation by race and class in school communities where it didn't even exist before, and overall has done little to improve the education of students in America. Instead, the Department of Education has created a profit center for charter operators and service providers for charters, as well as a watered-down curriculum and direct cash stimulus to the handful of corporations that benefit directly from the imposition of the Common Core state standards. The President's plan is called America's College Promise, and it calls for students to maintain a 2.5 GPA, which, let's be honest, it can be onerous for single parents, for first-time college enrollees, and certain people with disabilities, as well as immigrants, and for any student for whom the K-12 education has been ineffective. Instead, we encourage the President to incentivize experiential learning for states so that students can show their strengths through project-based, hands-on learning that will give them practical experience in their field of study, with sufficient supports for immigrant students and students with disabilities to strengthen the critical thinking skills that we believe that all Americans from all walks of life possess. More funding for early childhood education should be allocated without corporate reforms, and instead should support the evidence-based methods that Americans traditionally trained teachers already know how to use. We Greens believe that every student deserves a public education that fosters critical and holistic thought and provides the breadth and the depth of learning necessary to become an active citizen and a constructive member of our society. The experience that America's public school students have faced since the passage of No Child Left Behind, and exacerbated by Obama policies such as Race to the Top, have not made these ends a reality. The GI Bill was an important model for us to follow because it made college immediately accessible to Americans of all walks of life, from all across the racial and socioeconomic spectrum, and it was a major catalyst for the economic security of millions of working-class families across America. The Green Party looks forward to the opportunity to partner with the President in making this important reform the GI Bill of the 21st century by crafting an experiential learning opportunity for Americans that avoids tracking based on race and class and instead provides strong academics for full participation in our democracy, thereby providing the springboard to completion of a bachelor's degree when each individual is prepared to achieve it. Because education is such an important economic support for American families, we also recognize with great concern the reality that many face with the burden of excessive and predatory student loan debt. If the President is truly serious about education as the driver of economic stability, he should immediately champion legislation to abolish all student loan debt. This would be an immediate economic stimulus for thousands of households across this country, including those of the senior citizen parents who have had to assume the debt of their children in the case of their death or their debilitating medical conditions. We're concerned that such potentially life-changing programs have come so late in the president's second term. And we worry that now that both chambers are out of Democratic Party control, this education proposal could be too little, too late. Still, we encourage the president to use the bully pulpit that is his office and rally the American people to push for well-rounded community college opportunities for all, unburdened by failed free market-style reforms, and to abolish the student loan debt that creates huge economic instability for American families but enriches Wall Street. The Green Party of the United States sees a different way, and we challenge the president to put people ahead of profit. Thanks.